In the Business Edge today, Airbnb is taking an adventurous route. Joe Sade, the Vice President and Head of Airbnb Experiences, is here with more. Joe, what's happening in your industry?
Well, adventure travel is growing very fast. It's already over $1 billion market. There's a big shift that people want more experiences over things. And I think that's not just in their own city, it's also while they travel. And we think adventure travel especially gives something for people to cross off their bucket list, to have stories they can brag about to their grandkids. And we want to make that on Airbnb, we want to make that really easy to do.
We've been hearing millennials are especially all about experiences because it's something cool to put on social media. Are you targeting millennials?
78% millennials prefer experiences over physical possessions. And that's why a couple years ago, Airbnb launched experiences. We moved beyond just offering homes and now offering experiences like 2 to 3 hour activities inside of cities. And we got so inspired by that because we noticed that our experiences were taking people much deeper into cities, that we say, okay, well, how can we make this more extreme? And so we went to adventures. They're multi-day experiences. They include accommodations. They include logistics. Really, all you have to do is just show up, and they go to some of the most interesting places on the planet, and you get to meet some of the most interesting communities.
What are you seeing as trendy and in demand?
There's a big spectrum of what people are interested in when they travel. Food is a really big one, and so if you're a foodie, we have a Galapagos tour, a sustainable Galapagos food tour. So you go from island to island. On each island you have food that was cultivated on that specific island, and so you get a sense for how to think about sustainable living. If you're into extreme sports, we have surfing adventures. If you really like to hike and go into the wilderness, we have our Costa Rica adventure where you follow this guy named Javier, and his life is dedicated to chasing waterfalls in Costa Rica that no one's ever seen before.
What's truly unique that you're offering?
We also have things for people who like weird stuff. So if you want to track UFOs, you can do that in Nevada. If you want to live on your own private American Western, you can go to this ghost town that somebody bought for a couple years ago for $1 million and now has opened it up to adventures. So it's really like something for everyone.
Airbnb, of course, is popular for room and home rentals. What's behind the idea of scaling up into travel?
A lot of this came from inspiration from our hosts that already existed. I've been with the company a very long time. I'm one of the first employees, and one of the things I brag about was I was the first person to ever use the platform on Easter Island, maybe like 7 years ago or something like that. And what was really interesting was that I stayed with the host, but the host also grew up on the island, and he took me around the entire island for an entire day. And we saw that our host could already do this, and that inspired Airbnb to ask ourselves, we should provide more than the home. We should move to the entire trip.
Do you think this new travel route will keep your company ahead of the curve?
We'll have to see, but our adventures are priced much cheaper than what we see in the industry, and that's because we work directly with hosts or work directly with very small tour operators. And these hosts and tour operators have never been on a large platform before. And because we work directly with those hosts, all the money goes to those hosts. And it keeps it a lot cheaper. And it means that the guy who takes in the Amazon is keeping the majority of that money. And it's not like a photographer from the United States taking you to the Amazon. And that also just makes it more authentic and local. But in terms of price, they range from $80 to $5,000. And even our 80-day adventure around the world is only $5,000. The average price is about $600.
Sounds like a win-win for everyone. Where can people go for more information?
It's at airbnb.com/adventures.
Thank you for sharing your business edge on our show.
And thanks for having me.
For more Business First AM, check us out on social media. We're on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. And go to businessfirstam.com for where to see our show on TV.